Rise and shine, everyone. It is Tuesday, October 15th, 7:30 in the morning. Thank you for joining us. So every weekday morning, we appreciate your viewership right here on TV 24. So this morning, we're going to be talking about cars. So if you are a car enthusiast, please tune in, and if you know someone, please share it, because there are some really fun events that are coming up and happening at the International Motorsports Hall of Fame. And here to talk about it this morning is Eric Perrine. He is with the Heritage Preservation Foundation, or Heritage Preservation event.
Yes.
That's coming up. So Eric, welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning. Well, it's early.
Yes, it is.
You know, and some mornings, it was so cold this morning.
I felt great.
Yeah, and to most it does, you know, but when I'm cold, I just want to snuggle and not get up. But I was very happy too, because I knew that I was going to be getting to visit with you this morning.
Yay.
And learning about the Heritage Preservation event that is happening pretty soon, right? We're October
25th and 26th.
Yeah, October 15th. So you just have 2 weeks or so.
Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome. But I know you've been working on this for a while, and you've got lots of exciting things happening. So I'm sure you're ready.
Oh, we're definitely ready.
Yeah, now all we need is for people to make sure to mark their calendars to attend this event.
Right.
So first, before we go into that, I really want to talk about the International Motorsports Hall of Fame, where it's located, what it is there for, who it is there for. Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's adjacent to the Talladega Superspeedway. It was began by Bill France, just like the track. But the purpose of the museum is just it's a collection of racing history from the state of Alabama. It's not just NASCAR. So there's lots of things in there to observe, but it has a strong influence of NASCAR, and it's kind of like the home museum for a lot of the Alabama gang and the Alabama racing pioneers. So it's got a lot of interesting cars in there.
Yeah, Alabama has a lot of very well-known racers, and of course right here home Talladega, the Talladega Motor Speedway, and that brings a huge crowd. How many times a year does that race happen? Twice a year.
Yep, April and October.
Okay.
So I've been to both of them.
Yeah. How long have you been involved in the racing community?
Well, I'm not a racer. I'm a car enthusiast. I show cars, but through those circles is how I met Bobby, and years ago I met Bobby, and of course the whole reason I'm in this is because he asked me to get involved and do what I can to make sure we could preserve their names and legends and legacies of Alabama racing. And so here I am with nothing better to do than to help Bobby out, because he asked. You know, when Bobby asks you to do something, you do it.
Yeah, and when you talk about Bobby, you're talking about Bobby Allison.
That's right.
Yeah, just so we're clear. So that's a huge honor to be asked by him to continue that legacy and to keep that racing spirit alive.
Sure, and of course with Donnie and Red, they're all backing this, you know, behind the scenes and helping us greatly. So it's been very successful thanks to their input. So. Yeah. And thanks to Kip's input over there.
Yeah, and that's how I got to meet you, our very own Kip Chappel. He's in the house here with us this morning, and we're going to bring him up here a little bit later. But that's how we met. Kip, as everyone knows, is a car enthusiast, and he is so great at bringing community together to put on these huge car shows. And the last car show that I can't say that was the last one. One of the car shows, because Kip has had me attend quite a few, and I've enjoyed it so much, more than I honestly thought I would.
Cars are great.
Cars are cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really a cool thing to go out and look at all the cars and to see the effort that these car enthusiasts put behind their vehicles and the stories behind how did they get this vehicle or this car, and how did they fix it up, or was it already in good condition, or we've heard so many cool stories.
I always love the stories is when either they or their family members bought these cars back in 1970. I'm thinking, that's a long time to have a car.
It is.
But
and to keep it so pristine.
Well, that takes a lot of labor and a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. Being a car enthusiast isn't I don't want to say cheap venture, but it's not.
It's an investment, but the car community and the people are very helpful, and very good people, and it's really amazing what they can do when they pull together for a cause.
Yeah, and I've seen that the last, the one where we were together, the Cause Wounded Warriors Foundation was a beneficiary of that event, and you brought out a really cool car.
Yeah, we brought out the 74 Richard Petty Dodge Charger Championship car, and we were celebrating that car because we got it all running again and made it a functional car again. So.
And I got to start it up.
She did.
I should have pulled that video. I'll make sure to post that video here on our, or on the Facebook link and on the YouTube, because that was so cool, and what an honor.
Well, we have now, with our projects, got 3 cars running. We have 3 cars running. We did the Bobby Allison car. We did the Richard Petty car, but we just completed the number 88 Buddy Baker car. It's known in NASCAR circles as the DC-74 car, which is a serial number, but it's the first Dodge Daytona ever built.
Oh, wow. And you have it.
Yes.
Oh, yes. There it is.
That's the car.
Oh, wow. It is super.
Yep. It's an incredible piece of race history, and it's going to be on the track. And we're going to have lots of cars that's going on the track, because our event not only is a car show, it's an opportunity to bring these cars in from all over the place and put them on the track at the high ovals of Talladega.
That is so cool.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, you've invested a lot of time in making sure that this event is going to be the absolute best it can be, and to have all of those really cool cars and history, a bit of history there as well. The very first Dodge Charger.
Well, it's the first. Well, that car, the real Buddy Baker car, is the DC-93 car, and now this is the DC-74 car. This car, the Buddy Baker 88 car, is actually the first car to average 200 miles an hour around Talladega.
Oh, cool.
So we have a lot of significant cars coming in. We will have the real Richard Petty car, Superbird. That car turned down $3 million at Mecum. We are going to have a replica of the first car that ever won the first race at Talladega, which is the 99 Dow car, raced by Richard Brickhouse, even though it was Charlie Glotzbach's car. But that's, most people may not remember, but the first race was a lot of the drivers boycotted.
Oh.
They did not trust the tires to go at the speeds, and so several drivers did boycott, and then you had the other drivers step in, and that's why Richard Brickhouse only won 1 race, and the first race he ever won was at Talladega in the 99 Dow car. So we'll have a replica of that coming in, and we'll have it up on the track. So.
Wow.
So coming from Indiana.
Coming from Indiana, there's a lot of coordinating involved on that.
A lot of harassing. I mean talking to.
Yeah, which one is it? Well, bring this to our event.
A very interesting car we have coming in is a 1968 Mercury Cyclone. It's the number 29 car, driven by Bobby Allison. Most people didn't know about this car, but it's actually a Long Lewis Ford car, and most people associate Long Lewis Ford with Red Farmer.
Oh.
Everything Red Farmer drives is Long Lewis Ford cars, but Bobby actually was with Long Lewis Ford first. So.
Really? So that's the sponsor?
That was the sponsor, yeah.
Wow. You know a lot about racing and a lot of history. Is this something?
No, I just know about what I need to know for the event that I'm doing.
So. It seems like you might know more than that.
I followed. The only reason I followed racing is because of the locals. It's just like, you move to Alabama and say you got to pick one. Pick one what? Alabama or so you choose your home team. My teachers where I'm from chose Alabama for me, because I moved here from New Jersey as a little kid, and they said, "Roll Tide." So what's that mean? They said, "You'll figure it out."
Just walk around saying it. People will give you high fives, or either they'll boo you.
Just like ESPN. So that, and then you start watching racing, and then you find out, wow, they're from Hueytown, Alabama, you know, and so you watch racing because you want to pull for the home guys, and then you meet them, and then they put you to work.
Yeah. Well, how cool is that to be asked by someone who you've admired and followed their career to do something so huge as to being responsible for an event like this?
It's really cool in one respect. Bobby and Donnie are so normal. They are every other guy, you know. They're very humble, you know, and I can't say anything about racers today because I don't have relationships with them, but I think the guys that built the sport, you could just tell it matters a little bit more to them, you know, that it just matters a lot to them, and they want to see their legacies live on, and they really built a sport that's renowned, and, you know, there's a whole different set of fans today. You know, people my generation probably is not as interested in NASCAR as what we used to be because it's changed so much, but there's a whole new generation coming up that loves it for what it is today. So, you know, you got to roll with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like football has changed so much.
Right, and everything does. I mean, it evolves, and but we can't forget where it started.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And you said that built the sport, and there's a lot of power in that because they did. They really took racing to that next level, and the crowds and the number of people that came out and supported, and still do to this day. But it's evolved, of course. It's you know, I was watching, this is silly, I know, but I had my little nephew this weekend, and we were watching the movie Cars, and even, you know, seeing that, like how it evolves.
Well, you know, you had the Richard Petty car on that, and so the irony of this is I've been up to Richard Petty's 3 times this year.
Cool.
And we have a banner of Richard Petty in there, and Richard, we're gonna auction these banners off at our event, but it's actually hanging. One of them is hanging in Richard Petty's shop.
Really?
So it has the Talladega Museum's logo on it, and it has our event on it, and it has our car on it. So, but it's a 5-foot by 10-foot banner, and Richard has it hanging in his shop up there in, let me see, Randleman, North Carolina is where his place is. So it's pretty cool. Great place to go visit.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, that is so neat.
Oh yeah, and of course we're having the Petty Foundation come down as to help raise some money for the hurricane victims up there.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that in more depth because, of course, it is a wonderful event, but also it's an event that has an incredible cause that you are that's backing it, or that you're backing.
Right.
So let's take a quick break, and then when we get back, we're going to talk more about that heritage preservation event. It's very important for our community and our surrounding community neighbors and how we can help out. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell, Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Rise and shine and welcome back. It is 7:46 on your Tuesday morning, October the 15th. And if you're just tuning in, we are visiting with Eric Perrine. He is with the Heritage Preservation event. And we have been talking about this event, but also talking about the significance of the heritage preservation. So welcome back, Eric. Thanks for the information that you've given us this morning. And I want to elaborate a little bit. First, I want to ask you about the Heritage Preservation event and what inspired this event and how long has it been in the works?
So this will be our 4th year that we did it. We had a director who is now gone. We have a new director, but he, along with Tim Wellborn, is the vice chairman of the museum, contacted me. This is probably a month after Bobby contacted me. And
it's good timing.
Yeah, I think they're in cahoots.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I've helped Tim Wellborn on many projects at his place. He's a big car enthusiast, so 4 years ago we started this, and the first project, the inspiration of it is that the museum was aging, and people had stopped coming, and with COVID it was shut down, and it's kind of sad.
Sure.
And the director at that time was Mike Rada. He used to be a sportscaster in Birmingham, well-renowned, and he came in and had a lot of big ideas, and he got a lot accomplished in the short time he was there. And he had 2 jobs, that one, and he worked for Senator Tuberville. So, but he called me, and we started putting it together, and it took a year to plan it, because to do an event, you can't just say, let's have a car show in 2 months,
right,
because it's not going to do very well.
Yeah.
Not for what we're wanting to do. So the inspiration is preservation means get that place back up and running and make it look good. And the new director has brought in a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of positive energy. He's a little more like you than he was like Mike. Very good team-orientated type of person. Plus, he's the owner of a radio station, and he could sound out the bullhorn down there in Pell City, getting everybody to come out. So that's Adam is great to deal with, and our first show we have indoor portions of our show, but we want to make sure everybody knows that, hey, this show is open to everybody. You come out Saturday, bring your show cars. We have an open car show for everybody on Saturday, and then the other cars are special invite cars, whether they're for the pavilion or in what we call our dome in the back, and they're indoor cars. And our first show, we had 65 indoor cars. This year, we've registered for the pavilion and the domes 160 pre-registered cars.
Wow, congratulations.
That's these cars are coming in from Canada, all over the United States. We have visitors coming in from New Zealand. We have visitors coming in from Holland, Australia, It's just a different type of event, but it's open for everybody, and we want you to come out and see these special cars, because these Aero cars are the cars that actually started in the Talladega era. So in Talladega I believe it was open '69. That's when the Dodge Daytonas were running, and that's when the Plymouth Superbirds came in 1970. And then you also had the Ford Torinos, the Mercury Cyclones, and the Charger 500s. Dodge and Ford, or I should say Chrysler and Ford, was fully invested into NASCAR, more so than Chevy at that time. Chevy was struggling in that era, and the big blocks ruled. The big block motors ruled the day in NASCAR, and Ford and Chrysler Corporation was in one heck of a battle, and they were always one-upping one another, and that's why you have such an extreme-looking car like that Daytona, and that's why they started putting the crimps down, because they knew that the speeds were going to get ridiculous.
And they sure did.
They didn't have tire technology for a car to do 200 miles an hour back then, so.
Wow.
But they still did it. I get to drive the cars that we put back together, and I will tell you what, it takes a special kind of bravery to imagine getting to that technology. I could go out in a modern Scat Pack or modern Corvette, and 200 miles an hour don't scare me. Heck, 150 in these cars scare me, and they're doing it bumper to bumper. So,
what's the difference? They're just heavier machines, or?
Well, balancing, machining, this precision, everything it's just like a new car. Go get in a new car versus a car that's 50 years old.
Yeah,
it's just
you're going to see the difference.
Technology has changed a lot, but I can tell you, you look at the age of Bobby and Donnie and Richard Petty, and then we got Red Farmer will be 94 years old coming out to our show, and
that's so cool.
Well, if all those fumes causes cancer, it must have passed them by.
They've lived long lives.
Oh, they have. They're great. Their minds are sharp. So Richard's probably doing the best of all of them, but they all still have good spunk to them. But they're not going to be at the event this year. Dave Marcus might be coming, which is the wingtip shoes guy. But of course, we're going to have a lot of our racing pioneers coming in. That's local racers and stuff. And we have some locals here. Charlie Roberts, good guy. And so we're looking forward to bringing in. We're having a group from the Carolinas and Virginia coming called the Rolling Thunder. They're bringing some of the race cars down and going to join us too. So.
That's wonderful. It's going to bring so many people together, and you'll get to meet so many cool people, and the tourism that
sure.
Allows for here in our area. That is huge.
I know the hotels are happy.
Of course they are, and the restaurants and the shops, and so that's really important to the growth of a community is tourism, and that's something that racing brings into this area.
It does.
People know about Talladega.
Right. Well, the thing is I always tell everybody, when we're doing an event like this, it's not a car show. It's a car show is part of it, but a lot of the locals drive by Talladega all the time, and it's like, whatever.
Right.
Then I call somebody in Pennsylvania. We're going to get to put our cars on the track, and Talladega is a bucket list thing for everybody, but for everyone, but for people who lives here. So
how does that happen? You get used to it.
We have a lot of great locals that's coming, and it's gonna. That I've invited their cars, and I always want the locals. Without their support, you can't have it. Whether it's Ricky Humphreys or Richard Bentley and Mr. Smith. Got a nice 55 Chevy, and there's a lot of local cars that are coming to mix in with us, so going to be a lot of interesting cars to see. So. And
that's why it's going to be a 2-day event.
Well, it's a 2-day event because track experience. Everybody wants to go out on the track.
Sure.
Friday, we're actually, besides our event, if you come in Friday morning, for those who pre-registered, we're going to do our registration, but then we're going to Barber's Motorsports Park. We're going to tour that museum and put cars on that track, and at the same time we're going to have cars on the track at Talladega.
Wow.
And then everybody comes back in and they mix in, and then we're going to have a Johnny Cash band
Oh, fun.
Singing for a couple hours, and then we're going to go back over into the track to the Big Bill's banquet area there, and we'll have a big banquet dinner. We're going to have some jazz musicians coming in, and we're going to have New Orleans food. So it's pretty cool.
That is a cool event space too. I've been inside there before. It accommodates many. How many?
So, well, I think it's over 2,000, and we're not going to have 2,000.
You never know. Maybe so.
But last year our event, we had, I think, 200 people for the banquet. This year we have 355.
And is it still available to?
No. If you go onto the website, we've sold everything out.
It's wonderful.
It is. I don't like disappointing people, but
that just means next year you can do it even bigger.
But once again, the show and shine on Saturdays open to everyone. It's open to all cars. It's actually the cheapest way to see the event for $20. Just like any car show, you come in, you pay your $20. You're going to have your car judged. You could be up for awards, but then you get to see all these cars that's come in from all over the place. And I'm excited. The gentleman that has the 99 Dow car, which is the car that won the first race at Talladega, he has told me no since February, and I just got a yes Sunday.
There you go. Way to stay after it, Eric.
That's why I said harassment. Luckily,
well, sometimes it takes that.
He also has a Bobby Allison car, and I featured him 5 years ago when we did the Aero Warrior, and I really gave him. Donnie actually drove his car in through a parade with his car, and he got to be in the back seat, so he knows I'm going to take care of him.
Yeah, well, congrats on that. I'm so glad that he's agreed to be at this event. Sure, I'm sure you are. Way to have that resilience.
Something cool we've done is in the pavilion area at the museum, there's a lot of glass on, and we call it the 76 building, and we have wrapped the glass with Aero art.
Oh, cool.
And it's all about the heritage preservation and the Aero cars, and it's really a piece of art. But what's really cool is, like, if you have Richard Petty and his Superbird, or if you have the 99 car, we're going to be bringing these cars in and parking it with the art.
Oh, so, that's neat. Yeah, that's going to be something neat to see.
It will be. So it'll be something different, but you know. But we're always interested for the future years. We'd love to host Corvettes in the pavilion, or host Mustangs in the pavilion, or the Jeep Club. You know, there's several ways, you know, down the road to get involved. You know, and I'm used to doing stuff like this with the World Wheels in Birmingham. They have a South Hall that I've done Muscle Car Madness and Mopar Madness, and where I just bring in invited cars and have a really cool room, even though it's part of somebody else's thing. And that's what we'd like to see the pavilion become. Here at Talladega. So
that's awesome. So if people are listening and they're very interested in not just attending but getting involved with the heritage preservation, are there ways to volunteer?
Yes, on our website you can sign up to be a volunteer. If you walk through the museum where the arrows to tell you the way the tour, there's a scan code right on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And you can scan that, and it takes it right to the volunteer page, and you can sign up. Always looking for volunteers. Mm-hmm. Lots of projects.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about what we've accomplished with our show. Our event pays for all the projects that we do. So the first thing we did is we did restore Bobby's airplane at the museum. Then we did the Donnie car. Then we did the Richard Petty car. We just completed the 88 DC-74 Dodge Daytona. But last November, I get a call from Bobby's daughters, which is Carrie and Bonnie, and we inherited all of Bobby's memorabilia from Hueytown, and it's in storage. So our next project is building a room onto the museum to display this, and we have probably close to 20,000 items.
So that's going to take a lot of display cases.
We'll have to revolve it.
Sure.
But so when you talk about volunteers, we're going to need volunteers to help build it, and we're going to need sponsorship to help pay for it. So
there you go.
But it's all for the museum, and it's all for our history.
Yeah.
And you know, there's going to come a day that these guys are not with us. You know, and just knowing that, you know, the locals, and whether it's through sponsorship or volunteers, that we we did this because we're proud of where we're from and what we have to offer for everybody to see, because the museum, especially during the race, people come from all, I mean, the Talladega, they come in all over the place, and then they get to come in and see what we contributed to.
Absolutely. Well, help keep that legacy alive and go support this event, and also go check out the museum there. Well, we've got some more to talk about, and when we get back, we're going to be joined by our very own Kip Chappel. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Look no further than Shop 24, your go-to spot for incredible discounts and savings. From local dining and entertainment to grocery stores and everything you need, we've got deals you won't find anywhere else. But hurry, these hot deals are limited and going fast. Grab your phone and call now. Don't let these savings slip away. Join me, Kip Chappel, on Shop 24 every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to save big with Shop 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
At DVP Auto Group, we have a wide selection of any type of car you could want. We offer financing for all types of credit. Not only can we help you to purchase a car affordably, but we can help you with any issues you may experience with your car as well. We provide oil change, tire repair, brake service, or anything else you may need. We also gladly accept trade-ins, and if you're willing, we can help you drive away in a new car the same day. If you don't see something you like in the lot, we'll help you find one, whether you buy from us or not. Come see us today.
Rise and shine, everyone. Welcome back. It's 8 o'clock on your Tuesday morning, October 15th, and we're having fun, as always, right here in the station. And we are joined now. He's cracking me up as normal. He is a super person, and just to be around him is to smile and to be happy. So, Kip Chappel, thanks for joining us. And
appreciate it.
Thanks for introducing us to Eric, too. I remember, what was it, back in the spring, you reminded me you were on.
Seems like 2 years ago, but
it does, but it was just right. It was this year.
Yeah, it was this year.
My goodness, time flies, but it also goes so slowly. How does that happen? But yeah, in the spring we met. You were on the Rise and Shine show,
yes.
And you were gearing up for this event, of course, because this is not something that just takes a month of planning. This takes an entire year.
Months.
11 and a half months.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
And lots of moving parts, lots of asking. For help, for donations, for cars, for people, for involvement.
Yes.
And this community is one that's really stepped up and helped. And like you said, other communities have helped too.
Yes.
So, and I know this guy is always a big advocate and help as well. Kip loves those car shows, and he loves helping out the community. So.
I got started, Courtney, at the Oxford Civic Center. It's probably been about 4 years ago, and
Is that all?
4 years ago, I stepped in and kind of started, helping out with the Civic Center, and so now I do the car shows every year. For the Oxford Civic Center, and so I do a lot more other shows now, and so I go all over doing car shows, and so it's all about helping and giving back to the community, and to help somebody that has a need of raising money.
Yes. He's been a great Kip's been a great ally with us. Behind the scenes, always making sure he involves us some way or another, talking to people, talking up the show, and you can't accomplish this without a lot of people working together and helping, because there's just too many working parts to it. And I hope everybody remembers, first off, what we do is for charities, and it's to help people. And we're volunteers. This is imperfect. We're not professionals. We're just trying to be active parts of the community and helping others. And sometimes things work out great, and sometimes it doesn't.
Sure.
And we just hope people are more understanding of that, because a lot of people have opinions, but it's hard work.
Sure.
It's really hard work, and sometimes it's thankless, but there are rewards, and you have to really just be happy for it's like last year at our show. I tell everybody, we're not professional judges. Remember, you're here for the charity. You may not get a trophy, and you may get a trophy, but it has just remember why we're here. Mm-hmm. We're here to raise money for a cause and to have a good time. Mm-hmm. First thing, when I do an event, I want it to have a good time.
Sure. Me too.
Whether it's driving the cars on the track or sipping a little moonshine.
Which we do have to talk about that, because that's gonna. Yeah, tell us about that.
So, at the race, Kelly from Sugarland Shines, which is out of Gatlinburg, and he from the Moonshiners on Discovery Channel. There's a couple of characters there out of the Newport, Tennessee area, and connected to the Richard Petty Foundation. Mark and Digger from that show, we'd all talked about, hey, what can we do to help your community? Because, to me, I just don't even want to imagine.
Oh my goodness!
It's but they're coming down, and they're bringing their vehicles, and we're going to have a collection and a place to drop off stuff.
There they are.
Lots of things. That's them. They're great guys. I've been to several of their events. We've taken the Richard Petty car up there to them, but I just feel compelled that and you just got to help.
Yeah.
And so we're going to give them auction items. Our auction is going to be. We're going to have a special auction for those who registered on Friday night. We're going to give the opportunity to those who win the auction to drive our Richard Petty car, to drive our Daytona and or Donnie car around the track.
How cool is that?
And that money's going to go to the preservation event, but also we're going to be giving money to the Richard Petty Foundation. But they're going to have a drop-off trailer also, and things that they're wanting to get, because when you're going through this, needs constantly change. Things that's going to really help out is gift cards, whether it's from Walmart, of course Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yeah.
Right.
Stuff like that. But of course always perishable foods, that stuff. But we're going to have a trailer there to drop off, and we're going to give them some auction items to also help out. And they're going to be bringing items from Richard Petty's Foundation down to auction off as well. But it's just, Kip, we're not wealthy by any means, but when being blessed, it makes you wealthy.
That's right.
And to me, when you ever get that mindset, you do feel compelled. You have to help. You have to do what you can. And so the fact that Kelly from Moonshiners was down here at the Talladega race and sought me out and said, hey, what can we do to help these guys? And here we are, and here they come.
Well, they're seeing what you're doing there, and that's incredible.
Right.
So that all of your hard work, because as you put it, it takes a lot of hard work. And if anyone is saying, well, hey, maybe you should do it like this, I'm sure Eric will absolutely welcome you as a volunteer with open arms. Come on, help. If you see a thing that you could add to the event, please let him know. Help.
Right now we need carpenters.
Carpenters,
building a room.
Yeah.
We need sponsors. We need people who could lay carpet, paint. We have a lot and this is after the car show, but we have a lot we're going to be doing, and it's going to be done with our bare hands. And the Alabama Racing Pioneers will be helping us. They just built their own room up there as well. So that's the only way to get stuff like this accomplished. And now, I'm not saying the state has done an awful lot. With Mike Rada and the former director, he built a world-renowned heritage room up there that is just stunning, and something that the community should be proud of. And Mike, today, wherever his journey is, he did an incredible job with that. So can't be more proud than to know that that's happened while we were there. Now, we didn't have anything directly to do with that, but just to see it happening. The dome and the facilities, they put all new lighting in it, they put all new carpeting in it. The whole museum has all new lighting. It used to be you'd go in there and they had these old lights and they're just blinking. I mean, you felt like you were in a haunted movie.
No, that's kind of cool during some parts of the year. But
hey, right when we're having our show.
Would that be kind of fun to do a spectacular racing event?
Sure. Matter of fact, why doesn't everybody come up to the show and shine, bring their Halloween costumes?
Hey, come on. That would be fun. Anytime there's an opportunity to wear a costume, I'm in. So, Kip, I know you've got your calendar marked for the 25th and 26th.
Yes, I do. We're going to have a great time, and me and Eric's we've been talking about a Dunkin' booth, and
a Dunkin' booth. Tell me more.
We're going to get Kip dunked and Eric dunked.
I got to practice my aim.
Somebody needs to practice the water and warm it up.
Ooh, it's going to be cold. You're going to be outside.
I thought of this idea when it was hot in the summer.
Now you're second. Well, too late. You've already said it. It's out there. Viewers, you heard it. Hey, there's a Dunkin' booth, and you'll have a chance to dunk.
Step up, pay up, and miss.
We'll warm up, and we'll go to the I don't know, where do you... The cages. I don't know.
No, it's a cage.
You can tell I'm a
is.
Sports fanatic.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun. So you volunteered to be dunked.
I volunteered him.
Oh, you volunteered him. I like it. So here's your chance to dunk Kip.
Everybody get in line and get ready.
Well, this is...
That's a good spirit there.
So part of being fronts, like he and I are, you love us and you hate us. Because, we're asking for your money and your help. And so this is a perfect opportunity to just take it out on us.
There you go.
That's right.
So will it just be the two of you that are being dunked, or will there be other?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So dunk
who
the
else is
Kipster.
nuts to get out there in cold water in October?
I know. You might need to put a little heating element in there because it is going to be cold.
Perhaps some socks will
That's all right.
And then the socks could. Oh, no, I don't know. There you go. Have some warm towels awaiting. Well, that sounds like such a fun thing, and that's really cool for you to volunteer to be dunked. And we've got some more things that we need to talk about. We've got to take a quick break right now, but we'll be right back. So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. Again, we'll be right back.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell, with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hey, we're back. We're just having too much fun. We've been chatting this whole break.
It's the coffee. It's the coffee.
It's the coffee. Yeah, Three Crows coffee. It'll get you up and at it, right? So we've got Kip Chappel with us and Eric Perrine. Eric is with the Heritage Preservation event coming up soon, October 25th and 26th. Make sure you mark your calendar because that is going to be a weekend full of racing fun and history.
Oh, yes.
And maintaining that museum that's right here locally. We've talked about how important it is as far as tourism is concerned, but also to have something that cool in your backyard, somewhere that you can go, you can take visiting friends. Eric had mentioned on the break that he has a multitude of people coming from Wisconsin and of course other states.
Washington,
and how,
Nevada, California, Pennsylvania, Michigan, a lot of people coming from the Chicago area.
Cool.
It's a lot of these people are driving their cars here.
That's right.
These nice racing cars? Or
they're driving 69 Dodge Daytonas
the
all
show
the way
cars.
across the country.
Wow.
To me, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, no, I would be too. Like,
I would not drive a classic car that far. Now I have driven. I've driven mine to Kentucky. I've driven mine to New Orleans. I get that, but I don't think I'd drive a brand new car all the way out there.
These are brave
They make airplanes for a reason.
I'm driving my bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. So Kip, you just love being part of the car world, and again, you do such a great job with Cruzin with the classics, and you have some shows coming up, and you're going to be, of course, at the Heritage Preservation event on the 25th and 26th. And you have an opportunity to dunk Kip, and that'll be for a great cause there too. And then, of course, donations of supplies that is very much needed in our neighboring communities in North Carolina and all those affected by the recent hurricane. I mean, our hearts just go out to you, and just to build back from that, that's a unprecedented event that occurred, and it was one that they were definitely not expecting to be that capacity, and then you have, how do you come back from that? And that takes,
it's going to be 25,
support.
30 years.
Sure, it does.
Come back.
But right now, there are still humans that need basic needs, and we are able to help them. Even a case of water, some canned goods, gift cards, like Eric mentioned. So anything that you can donate, there's really no limit that's too small. If you can only afford $10, imagine if 100 people could afford $10. That goes a long way. So whatever you can, again, a case of water, blankets, really just anything, right? There's going to be a place there to make donations, and it'll be greatly appreciated. And of course, you can make donations as well to the preservation, the heritage preservation, to continue that legacy, keeping that legacy alive and right here in our community. So we have tourism, so people come visit and have some really cool things to look at. Of course, Talladega is a huge draw, and but that doesn't have to just be 2 times a year. That can be every day of the year.
The facilities at the museum, they rent them out. There are so many purposes for that down there. I know Alabama Power comes down there and rents out the facilities, and their convention hall, it's really not a lot of proms.
Yeah, I can imagine. I got to go to an Alabama Cares event there, and that was really fun. There were so many people there.
Has it been recent?
Yeah, it was just this year.
So you've got to see that they've remodeled it, and so
it's great.
Yeah, it is. So and this is a plug for Adam down there, because he's doing a great job of getting at least that. But the facilities, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot that could happen there.
Yeah, it's got a huge stage and lots of room. I mean, there was a couple of thousand people in there, and it didn't feel packed. It was wonderful.
There's a guy who once a year, last year, he rented out the Dome, brought in Foreigner, and had his guests from people that he does business with, and had a private concert with Foreigner just for them. It wasn't open to the public. I know.
That's awesome.
How cool was that? Did you get to go?
No,
you didn't get an invite?
No. I got to see everybody's, and it's like, wow, I feel because I love Foreigner.
No kidding. Well, that's cool. So how would someone, if they're watching and they're interested, they're looking for an event space for their next event, what is the best way to get in touch?
Call the museum. Ask for Adam Stocks. Adam's probably not going to be available, but the BS crew down there will get in touch with Adam. That's Brenda and Sheila.
Okay.
We call them the BS crew.
Yeah.
Okay. Brenda and Sheila. Or you could just bypass and just ask Brenda or Sheila if Adam's not going to be there or be available.
I met them.
Yeah.
I met them again.
Hi, Brenda. Hi, Sheila.
Yeah.
So they put up with these guys, huh?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And don't hate me for this. I'm going to bring up some ways to also help is any gifts that you could bring in, for us to grab bags, stuff like that. The local Napa and O'Reilly's have given us many items as giveaways right here, thanks to Ricky Humphreys. Ricky always working on his cars, and then he's down there kneading them and getting giveaway items. So he does. Ricky is a local, but he's done a good job of kind of being like Kip. He's just another person that behind the scenes helps us accomplish what we're trying to accomplish down there. There's lots of Johnny Caps, Ricky, the guy that painted the airplane really didn't make that much money, but he did it. I call him Herbie the Painter because we broke all the EPA laws, so he doesn't want his last name mentioned.
We won't talk about that.
It's just Herbie the Painter.
Herbie the Painter. It does. I mean, it takes a lot of moving parts. It takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of people who don't mind just being behind the scenes and don't need credit, that just want to do it for the love.
Crew.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be here except for I'm trying to bring out attention to it.
And I invited you, and Kip invited you, and we appreciate you for being here because it does take that. You do have to get the word out.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
And because if nobody knows, nobody knows.
Right. And all of your hard work and efforts are for naught if you don't have the show up.
I could look at it in a video when you look at your video with you in the petty car.
Yeah, I know, that was so cool. And attendees are going to have experiences like that at this event, right? So what can attendees expect? Some really fun things that
they're going to get
to
to see cars for the most part. So when we talk about the Heritage Preservation event, we are hosting the Aero Warrior reunion 55 anniversary. So these period cars are 55 years old, and you're going to get to see cars that you've never seen. And there are going to be about 90 of them at one place. Most people are lucky if they see one in a lifetime, but we'll have 90 of them coming in from all over the place that's mixing in with our locals.
How cool is that?
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, these are cars that you might be able to see like, once, twice in your lifetime.
Yeah.
But then to have all of them in one place and right here, I mean, so these vehicles that we're showing right now, this is what you...
That is actually an Aero car, the Donnie car. The Donnie car, that is the car that won the championship. That is owned by Tim Wellborn. That's the K&K Dodge Daytona. That's the now that car is out. That was at the Salt Flats. It was the first car to break the record out to the Salt Flats. That's the Donnie Allison car. Now this car and the K&K car are Aero period cars.
Okay.
The Richard Petty car is newer than that. That's a 74 model. That's a car that we've restored and we put back into working order, as well as the Donnie car. So
the Racer's Edge.
The Racer's Edge.
Oh, there's the airplane.
That's Bobby when we present it, and that's his daughter Bonnie. Bonnie and I are good friends. But Bobby, let me tell you the crazy thing about Bobby. Bobby's a racer, but he loves flying, and every time he comes down, the first thing he does is go to his airplane.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he'll talk about the airplane all day long, and that's his pride and joy.
So he has a need for speed.
That is what
on ground or in air.
That airplane is all he talked to me about, because it was looking aged and they did a great job years ago when they presented it. But it just sits there and nobody takes care of it, and so we're bringing it back to life, and we've cleaned it this year.
There you go. That's so cool,
Yeah.
all of the things that you do. And I want to definitely encourage all of our viewers, especially if you're watching here locally, get out there and support that, because that's a museum that can be a staple in the community, and it's so important to keep that history alive. And thank you for all that you do. And Kip, thanks for all that you do for the community and with the Cruzin Classics. And of course, you can find all the information of the Cruzin Classics, of course, right here on WEAC TV 24. We do a good job of keeping that updated on our social media accounts, and we're going to make sure to put information about this heritage preservation event on our social media as well, so you can share this information. Before we have to say goodbye to our viewers, Eric, is there anything that we missed? Of course, we want to make sure everyone knows that it's open to the public. Tell the times.
And the car show on Saturdays are open to all cars, all show cars.
So you just get there and you just register. What time is registration?
8 a.m. is when we open the gates, so it's open to all cars. But as far as the other cars, you park out front and you come in, and it's open to all spectators too. So I don't know that we're ready for everybody, but we're going to do our best.
You're going to try. Now there is an admission fee.
You're going to have the general admission fee for the museum. That's we're not in control of the museum of operating.
And it makes sense to have
But if you show a
admission.
car, it's actually cheaper, because I think it's $15 to get into the museum per person. Well, if you show a car, you bring in 2 or 3 people, you got $20 to get into the car show, and you've just went all the way around all that.
There you go. And you can donate to make up for it if you want.
Just go buy a show car between now and
there you go. Go buy yourself a show car and then go in.
Just to save $15.
There you go. It makes sense to me. That math is, but really, if you have a car that you're proud of and you want to show that it's open to do so, and that's a very small registration and admissions fee for such a fun day and for such a great reason. Yeah, and you'll get to see Kip and of course dunk him in the Dunkin' booth, and so I'm looking forward to that myself. So we'll have to see. Somebody have to get me on camera on my great throwing arm.
We encourage cheating when
I got you.
When Kip's in the booth, we encourage cheating.
Okay, because I can just run up and push it. No, I'm going to do it the right way. You're going to be really proud of how athletic I am. But I might go up and push it. We'll see. One way or another, he's going down.
That's right. I have a feeling we will. There will be plenty of cheating going on.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, gosh, it's been so much fun. Eric, thank you so much for visiting with us this morning. And Kip, thank you for getting up early as well and making an appearance here. here. And thank you all for watching. And make sure that you check out that Heritage Preservation event happening on October 25th and 26th. So not much longer for that event. We're really excited. Again, we'll make sure that we share more information on our social media accounts. So make sure to follow us on Facebook, WEAC TV 24. Well, with that, we're going to wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. John and Susan will be cooking up something delicious on Oven Odyssey Wednesday. And then Thursday, we have our friends from Gadsden State. And then Friday, Ellen Hurst will be here with Alabama Cares. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time.